What up, YouTube? I'm here working on a Caprice. Next part of the build is insulating the trunk. I'm gonna put down the kill mat, but when I power wash the trunk, I noticed there's a lot of surface rust, and I wanted to give this trunk probably like a little undercoating paint, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and put the kill mat down. But I wanted to sand off all the rust, surface rust, because it's really not that bad. It looks bad, but it's not even that deep, the rust. It's just like on the top. So I'm taking care of it, and after this, like I said, we're gonna paint it, and then we're gonna do the kill mat. So here I go. Catch y'all back on when I get more progress done. All right, this is the next part. I grinded all the trunk down. I took off as much of the surface rust that I could, and a lot of the paint too. And now I'm building the quarter panels. I'm building these wood, just like the other side, and I'm just gonna show you how I'm mounting it to the actual car. So let me remove this. Okay. As you can see, there's two holes on this plywood because I ran bolts through it, you see, to bolt it down to the actual car. So to do that, I welded some nuts on this bracket that's on the back of the trunk. So behind it, there's two nuts welded, and you're able to, put dropped it behind it. I'll get it. So you're able to screw it down, screw the plywood to this, and then at the bottom I made another one down here where it's gonna screw to the plywood's gonna screw to this. And I'm gonna put another one over here, just because it's gonna be holding the T2500, the amplifier, and that bad boy's pretty heavy. So I'm gonna be making a real cool amplifier rack, and that's coming up next. All right, I'll cut y'all back on when I get more progress done. Okay, my people, I have the amp rack built, the floating amp rack. I know it looks like a piece of shit when you look at it right here, but this is what it looks like. It's gonna go mounted on the side right there where that plywood's at. It's gonna look clean as fuck. This is what it looks like. The T2500 is gonna go on the top, and the 1004 channels on the bottom. And then I'm gonna make something for the bottom to put the excess battery that I got. All right, let me mount it so y'all can see what it looks like. Okay, there's the amp rack mounted on the quarter panel on the plywood that I cut out. That's how it's gonna look. Let me mount the amps and I'll cut y'all back on. Okay, the amp rack is done. That's what it's looking like. Once the amps are mounted to it, and when you're looking straight at the trunk, you're gonna see my amplifiers right there. You see, I already closed the trunk. It's gonna cure perfectly, but you're gonna see the gauges on my amplifier moving. I'm gonna probably put some nice LEDs around through the bottom of the amplifier, like through here, because there's holes right here, so you can see the lights light up red through the back of that. I'm gonna get my air ride mounted on that panel. Tomorrow my plan is to paint the trunk using this Eastwood rust encapsulator plus. Once I do that, let it dry for a full day. So then Sunday I'll start back up and then lay down the kill mat. Then after putting the kill mat, I'm gonna put my white carpet in, and hopefully I could get all these panels painted with epoxy paint and get the box painted too. So like that, everything's nice and complete on the Caprice. I'm gonna make some kind of little battery rack for this bad boy, mount it somehow underneath the batteries. I'm gonna mount it somewhere down there so you can't really see it. So it's gonna look like that. You know, I'm gonna make like a little angle box out of metal, angle metal, and bolt it down to the actual plywood, and make some kind of bracket where it holds on to the actual battery so it doesn't jump around and arc to the bottom of the amplifiers. There's a lot of space down there, so it should be good. So that's where I'm at. I put the amplifiers like that, so like that I'm able to adjust the gains, you know, still have access to all that. And I put the bottom amplifier so where I could still screw my powers into it, you know, still have access to all this on top. So that's where I'm at. The tape's just on there to prevent it from me scratching the epoxy covers. I'm trying to keep them, even if they do have a little bit of scratches here and there, I'm trying to make them as clean as possible. But that's where I'm at, my people. I'll catch y'all back on, man, when I get more accomplished. I'm sorry that I've been taking so long. I'm working on this car, but work's getting in the way, and you know, we gotta stay on our hustle so we're able to pay for things like this. But I appreciate y'all staying tuned, and I want to get more done by this weekend. Hopefully, you know, I'm back in progress on my Caprice. I want to get it rolling, so y'all stay tuned. I'm coming to finish this bad boy up. All right, YouTube.